What's happening with Blue Star? COVID has clearly dampened the peak season sales. There's a pile-up of inventory. They are investing in professional equipment segments now and leveraging the Atmanirbhar Bharat opportunity as well. So let's take this chat forward. Joining us right now, Vir S Advani, the Vice Chairman and MD at Blue Star Limited, joining us on the show right now. Mr. Advani, hi, morning. Thanks for joining in. This quarter, of course, is understandably weak because of the impact of the pandemic and then the lockdown, etc. But let's talk about the visibility that you see and foresee for the next quarter onwards. Are you seeing demand actually return? What are the feelers that you're getting from on ground? Do you think that a recovery at least is in sight?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. First of all, I appreciate your understanding of Q1. It's been a very challenging quarter for us. You've seen we've done about 40% of Q1 of last year, so that's a huge degrowth, consequently a loss. However, there are some green shoots that I want to talk about. While April and May were complete washout, I think demand did come back in June. And I'm happy to say that July demand has picked up further. So just to give you some numbers, June demand was at about 70% of June last year for the month. And July for the month has been about 75%. This is on an aggregate for the company. As far as room air conditioners is concerned, which is a summer product primarily, again, I'm happy to say that June demand was up to about 70%. And July demand about 77%. So if we look at this trend, then we're looking at a reasonably good recovery going into Q2 and Q3. So we are hopeful that with the lockdowns being lifted, of course, e-commerce is fully operational. Even offline channels that have been limping back, they're now at about 75% productivity. So we're hopeful that in another 6 weeks or so, we'll be at 100%. As far as counters are concerned. Of course, demand is still muted, but like I said, it's coming back.
We've got you at a very patchy line. We'll just try and reconnect that line with you and, get in more clarity on what is the visibility for Q2 onwards. Lots of questions still pending for Blue Star. But let's just take stock of what the market is up to. We've completely flattened out, 11,200 right now for the index as we speak. The broader market, of course, is holding out a lot better. Tata Consumer, after that 4% or rather 8% actually move in trade yesterday. Today, it's holding up another 4%. There's Torrent Power looking good. There's SRF, which is up in the green. There's Indiabulls Housing and Bosch. These are the other names which are holding out well. Lupin, Idea, NIIT Technologies, HCL Technologies, BHEL, they are your laggards in trade. From within the Nifty, while IT definitely is taking a bit of a breather, HDFC Bank as well is easing off about 1,032 on that stock price as we speak right now. ICICI Bank also is a bit of a drag today. L&T as well looking quiet. But tell you what, we'll take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll hopefully reconnect with the management of Blue Star. Back with the market right here in ET now. Still in conversation with Vir S Advani from Blue Star Limited. Vir, we got disconnected there, but you were helping us understand as to what really is the visibility for Q2 and where is it that you are seeing the green shoots of recovery come by.
Thanks so much. Sorry, I dropped off. I don't know where I dropped off, but I was just explaining that June and July have been relatively better than what we had expected. Month of June, we recovered to about a 70% level of June for the month of last year. July, we got to about 75%. And for overall Q2, we're looking at about a 70 to 75% of Q2 of last year. If this continues, which essentially we're expecting no large lockdowns, we continue to expect local lockdowns and weekend lockdowns, etc. So as long as it is that level of lockdown, we should see a full recovery by Q4 of this year. Of course, the consumer business, which is the room air conditioner, water purifiers,
Just wanted to understand as to how is it that you're using this COVID opportunity to re-strategize and perhaps reinvent yourself at Blue Star? Because as we understand, and obviously, so it's healthcare products, which most people are focusing in on, and I guess health and hygiene is going to be, the story to sell going forward in the post-COVID era as well. How is it that you're looking to reinvent when it comes to healthcare products category in particular at Blue Star?
Sorry, you had broken up, but I think I got the question. We address the healthcare industry a fair deal. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Sorry about this. So we address the healthcare industry for a slew of our products, right, from air conditioning and refrigeration to even medical devices. So just to give you a context, we, of course, do MEP for large hospitals, mid-sized hospitals. We're providing a large amount of refrigeration equipment and solutions, including for the expected vaccine that will be rolled out towards the end of the year. So there's an entire supply chain for the vaccine that we will be supplying refrigeration equipment for. And we also represent and sell high technology medical equipment, including UVC emitters and UVC towers for virus deactivation and control. However, on a broader level, air conditioning and healthcare, there's been a fair amount of news on the subject about how there's a possibility that air conditioning may be propagating the virus. To address that, of course, we have some fairly straightforward technical solutions available, but as
Sure. Talking about professional electronics, industrial systems as well, it's a smaller part of revenue, but do you see an increased demand there for healthcare products? And are you looking at perhaps investing in the space, ramping up production?
Sorry, I don't think I heard any of that. I apologize.
Talking about some of the other segments like professional electronics, industrial systems, which are a smaller portion of revenue for the moment, but are you looking at perhaps focusing more on some of those segments, healthcare products, for example, given the current environment and increasing production there?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that out. So professional electronics and industrial systems business is doing relatively well. We had a great FY20 and a strong Q1 as well. On the back of two broad trends. One is, of course, investment in healthcare. Over there, you know that we're a large player in the diagnostics segment of healthcare. We're seeing a lot of interest, of course, in CT scanners, which is a key component of supporting the virus control, but also a large number of other newer medical devices that we'll be introducing in the coming year. The other big trend is data security. We have some unique products and solutions to manage data security in the BFSI space, in the telecom space, and of course in large corporates. And there again, we're seeing a big pickup. While digital transactions, while ATM transactions have dropped, digital transactions are skyrocketing, going through the roof. And we have some fantastic products and solutions for that, and we're building out that portfolio further. We are very optimistic that that business will grow and deliver very strong profit for the year. However, I just want to make a mention that it is a niche business of ours. It is not a large scalable business, but it is a niche business that generates fantastic returns and a great profit margin. And that's where we'll be focused on a similar type of product portfolio, which is high value, low volume, where we can add some significant value for our customers. So very optimistic about the profit potential in that business. Of course, the volume and scale may be limited.
Thanks very much for joining in and sharing with us your outlook.